A moment at the 2025 Grammys that had Beatles fans talking was the absence of Paul McCartney during a historic moment for the Beatles. John Lennon's son, Sean Ono Lennon, took the stage alone to accept the Grammy for Best Rock Performance on behalf of the band for their song, Now and Then, a track that used AI to bring back John's voice. It was a powerful and emotional moment, but one big question loomed over the night. Where was Paul McCartney? Why didn't he or Ringo Starr show up to share this once-in-a-lifetime moment? When the Beatles won Best Rock Performance at the 2025 Grammys, it marked a major milestone, the first time a song assisted by AI had won an award. And when Sean Lennon stepped onto that stage, it was a touching tribute to his father. With John no longer here, he represented his father's legacy in a way that had the entire audience emotional. But the noticeable absence of Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr raised eyebrows. Paul McCartney isn't the biggest fan of the Grammys anymore. Over the years, he's had a rocky relationship with the award show, often feeling that the Beatles weren't given the recognition they truly deserved during their peak years. Now, before we jump to conclusions, let's not forget Paul McCartney's long history with the Grammys. His first Grammy goes all the way back to 1971, when the Beatles won Best Original Score for Let It Be. Over the decades, he's won 18 Grammys. Paul McCartney has also won a 1990 Lifetime Achievement Award for his contributions to music.
She looked great, even then. Okay, speech time. Reaches in pocket for a little yellow slap of... Okay, guys. I'm gonna do it, don't worry. Okay. When I was but a child in Liverpool, I was listening to the radio, and this record came on. It's called What Did I Say? And it was by a guy called Ray Charles. And I was this big, and the tingles went right up and down my spine, and right there I knew what I wanted to do in life. A little later, there was this guy called Little Stevie Wonder who had a record called Fingertips. Had the same effect on me. So, if you'd have told me that all this time later they were going to be here, tonight, singing, something I'd written, well, I wouldn't have believed you. I mean, that's all there is to it. A little later on, I joined the best band in the world. And I got to take this opportunity, now that I got this award here, to thank John, George, and Ringo for being beautiful people. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to just take 1 second, because the other thing, if you'd have told me, when I reached this age, if you'd have told me that there'd be a hole in the sky, and if you told me that the rain would have acid in it, and if you told me that there'd be pollution in the seas and on the land, that's something else I wouldn't have believed. But you know what? I've got faith we're going to clean it up. Because if you'd have told me that the Berlin Wall had come down and Mr. Mandela would be free, I wouldn't have believed that either. But I believe it now. Right? Right? Woo! If you told me I'd still be rocking after all these years, I wouldn't have believed that either. Okay. So, I say this whole thing for me has been like a bit of a dream anyway, my whole career to this date, my whole life to this date, in fact. But I'd like to just thank Linda and my kids for being incredible support to me. I love them. I'd like to thank my mum and dad, without whom I'd like to thank you all for being in my dream.